Hey, how's it going, UC6 Sea Kings? Today, I felt like playing some games with Nag Quag, so that's what we're doing. We're gonna play some games with Nag Quag. This is the list that I've been currently rocking with the Nag Quag. Not too much has changed since the last list I showed you guys. I have opted to add the Fighting Quagsire into the deck because Pikarom decks are starting to play power plants, so Keldeo can't quite pull the full weight of the matchup by itself anymore. So opted for putting in the Fighting Quag to kind of help him out a little bit there. So that's in addition. I've gone up to 4 treasure. I've cut the U-turn board slash escape board tech in the deck because I figured if you can just like get out the Naganadels faster, then that'll make up for not having a free retreater. If we get like an extra Naganadel out for 2 turns earlier, then that's +2 energy in play potentially, and that makes up for not having a U-turn board. And sometimes we have our attacker, or we know what we're going to send up to attack with on the turn, so we don't even need to retreat or a free retreater anyways. So yeah, I've opted pretty much for the 4th treasure over the U-turn board slash escape board. Just get out the Naganadels faster. And then yeah, Fighting Quag over the 4th Quagsire, and then everything else is about the same. I have the Mew in here for the Pikarom matchup as well. Pretty much the same reason. We need a little bit of extra help because of the heavy power plant builds that are going around right now for Pikarom. Keldeo cannot just solo the matchup anymore by itself. It needs some help, so we got the Mew, the Quagsire there to help us out in that matchup. But everything else is pretty much the same. Let's go ahead and get into some games. Here we're up against the Greens Reshiram. Definitely a favorable matchup if we're able to set up enough Quagsires. They did mulligan a couple times, which is nice as well. Nothing super great out of that. But yeah, definitely a good matchup here against the Greens Reshiram if we can set up. Oops, I forgot to mention the Ditto. Hopefully they don't reset stamp us. Yeah, so we got to get Quagsire set up to start one-shotting Reshiram. Can use Volcanion early on to hit it hard. We don't really want to sacrifice a Quagsire unless it's one-shotting a Reshiram. We want to get the one-shot off. Slow start from our opponent, though, with the Welder for 1. So yeah, rough start for our opponent here with the Welder for 1. And nothing else really going on. Yeah, not even an attachment. All right. Well, that's good for us. Our hand is hella clogged down. Erica's won't be very good in this matchup, so we're going to go ahead and ditch that, get ourselves a Poipole. We're going to keep the hand because we have the 2 evolutions in it, though. I'm going to go ahead and bench Poipole, attach to Poipole, and then Lily for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We could have gone for an eye opener, but it wasn't like guaranteed or anything, so I don't think quite worth it. Gonna calm away the Keldeo. Grab ourselves another Wooper. I'm going to consider Viridian Force away Lily for water. Before the attach return, we don't want to give our opponent Viridian Force, so I think we're just going to go with pass from here. Not super likely that we get a what's it called next turn, a one-shot off next turn, but also our opponent might just not get anything very good off either after that Welder. Welder for 1 with no attachment. I would assume our opponent does not have a whole lot going on in their hand, but who knows, they could have something else. There's a Lucamine, yeah, so from pretty much nothing to even worse for our opponent as they go Lucamine to get back that that Welder there. All right, Naganadel, Naganadel. I'm going to evolve to Quagsire. I will Viridian Forest. I'm going to treasure away Lily for a Poipole. I want to allow the Ditto to become a Quagsire. I don't need to be super aggressive right now, so I'm not going to. Not gonna be. I'm just gonna chill. Can Viridian Forest away an energy. Get an energy. We might want to Viridian Force away another energy next turn. Charging up. Could attach active retreat. Could hit with Keldeo this turn if we wanted to, actually. They wouldn't be able to get through it. Unless they have the power plant combo. But kind of unlikely that they would have it. So I think I am just going to hit with the Keldeo here. Yeah, I'm just going to hit with the Keldeo here. Can't quite get the knockout with the Quagsire. A little bit short on energy by 1. We can hit with the Keldeo. We're not going to get the one-shot here, but we will get the hit pretty hard, which is still pretty good, in my opinion. So, yeah, may as well just hit him really hard. They haven't had really time to build up a hand or anything, so they probably don't have enough healing to heal all this, so we can just get the knockout next turn with Hydro Pump. Even if they have, like, Power Plant, Welder, GX attack, knock out our Keldeo, we'll still be able to get the knockout with the Quagsire for sure next turn. Yeah, so they'll get 2 prizes, then we'll get 3 prizes, and they've like set up so poorly up to this point that I'm like fine with that trade-off for sure. And we just need to get through one more Reshizard, and the game will be over. So yeah, definitely fine with that potential trade-off coming up. I guess they can outrage us if they have the power plant. They don't even need to go with the. They don't even need to use their GX attack. They just need power plant plus outrage. That works fine. So if they have a greens this turn or something like that, they can pull that off. But yeah, I'm fine with that trade-off. We'll still get the knockout next turn. I guess we could have just chilled with something else interactive, but I'm also fine with just kind of being aggressive here. That works for me with our current setup for sure. So yeah, we'll see what they got here though with the Cherish Ball. Do have that going for them. Cherish Ball probably just going to be another Reshizard. Like I said, they can do the outrage play. Yeah, there's the second Reshizard. So if they do have power plant, I would expect power plant plus outrage. We'll see what else they potentially got going on. We did give them the Viridian Forest, so they didn't have energy the last 2 turns, but now that we did give them Viridian Forest, they will have access to at least 1 fire energy. There it is. So we know they have a welder because they Lucamine for it, so they can for sure welder to the active. They're going with the attachment though. Interesting. This makes me think they probably have the greens. There's the power plant. They at least have the power plant, but they chose not to welder the energy, which is a little interesting. But maybe they're saving the welder for the following turn. I guess that could be possible. And then welder to the next Reshizard. There's a greens. Okay, so they did get the greens finally. So they must have top decked greens for the turn, because otherwise you probably would have played it last turn. I guess the Lucamine one is still having terrible as your play for the turn, but probably would have played it last turn if you had it last turn. The greens. So yeah, expect crystal or flint grab here, plus maybe a second welder. We know they have the 1 welder in hand, which is enough to get them started, but they're going to need more than that to close out the game. It's going to be a Hearth custom catcher. So they plan to chase something of ours down. Probably not next turn, because they don't have the energy in play to do that. So that makes me think they probably have a fire crystal in hand if they're opting to not grab a flint here. I guess they did get the Hearth. They still probably have the crystal in hand, because like 2 energy with just the Hearth is not a lot of energy, especially when they've been whiffing energy attachments. We know they don't have a ton of energy in hand, so I had to guess. I would assume that they have a crystal in hand as well. Looking for a Cynthia here. Perfect. And grab the Cynthia, put down the Wooper, attach to the active, and then play the Cynthia. Got the double charging up, so we can take the knockout for sure. 3rd charging up would be great. Another Quagsire is also great. Don't really need to put Viridian Force in place, so we're not going to. It would have been nice to get a 3rd charging up set up, but 2 is also okay. It's not that big of a deal. Charging up twice, and then hit him with the wash out. 1, 2, and then Hydro Pump for the knockout. Going down to 3 prize cards already, taking that tag team knockout. This is one of the better matchups for the Nag Quag. As far as matchups go, this one is pretty good for Nag Quag. That's our fighting Quag. We won't need him in this matchup, but it's nice to see him to be, so we can get rid of him with a treasure, I guess. Get him out of here as soon as possible. Yeah, definitely don't need him in this matchup, but definitely want to get rid of him so we don't ever see him ever again. So treasuring him away next turn sounds good to me. I guess if our opponent is ever going to reset stamp us, now would be a pretty good time for them to do that. There is that Hearth that they grabbed last turn, so they'll have access to some fire energy. Like I said, I expect them to have access to a fire crystal as well, with kind of the way they played that out, not going for a flint. And then going for the Hearth, meaning they're going to be bumping their power plant, was like a little weird, but it makes sense if they are going to have a crystal in hand. Yeah, it makes sense. And we know they play the energy spinner, actually, instead of 2 flint, so it's possible their flint was prized as well. Because we did see the energy spinner in the mulligan. I personally prefer the 2 flint, but I know most people are on that 1 flint, 1 energy spinner build right now, not spino. Yeah, there's the Hearth use, that fire energy. Oh, they do have the flint as well. All right, flint away 2 fire, fully thinning out the deck of fire energy here. Always fun to thin out your deck as much as possible with the Greens Reshiram. So there we go. Like I said, I still expect a crystal in hand, but now they don't need to use the crystal this turn. They'll have plenty of fire energy for this turn. Where they put them is kind of the current question. There's the Reshizard, so we can just win the game next turn if we just top deck or Cynthia into double custom catcher. We have 1 custom catcher in hand right here, so if we top deck a custom catcher, game's over. If we can Cynthia into double custom catcher, game is also over. So we're just going to try and thin out our deck as much as possible, play the Cynthia, look for that double custom catcher play to just win the game on our next turn. And even if we don't win next turn, I don't think there's anything our opponent can do about us winning the turn after. or the turn after that, they would need a pretty crazy combination of cards that I don't really think exists. And it looks like they're going for a high heat blast here. I guess their plan is maybe to go high heat blast for 50 and then high heat blast for 110. The Volcanions are short of one-shotting a Quagsire by 10 damage. Unfortunately for our opponent, the high heat blasts don't quite get there consistently. Only hits for 50. So we could retreat the Quagsire if we wanted, I guess, and then move him to the bench and attack with the full HP one, so that way they can't get that cheap prize on the Quagsire. We'll see what our top deck is. Not the what's it called, but a calm is actually pretty cool here as well, because we can get rid of this guy, get ourselves that third Quag into play. Evolve the Quag. On a Viridian Forest. Gonna thin out the deck as much as possible here, like I said. Get rid of a water energy, grab a water energy, treasure away a Quagsire, grab that third Naganadel, and then we're gonna treasure away a water energy. Grab nothing, because there's nothing to do. We got the triple Quag, triple Nag set up. Perfect. Grab nothing, like I said, and then Cynthia here for 6. Looking for the double custom catcher. One custom, only one though, so not quite. Gonna go with the retreat play then instead. Save this guy, force the double custom catcher if our opponent wants to chase it down. They gotta use 2 custom catchers, and they won't be able to actually really get that much from it. So yeah, we'll force that out of our opponent. If they really wanna do the play that it looks like they're trying to line up, gonna force the double custom catcher out of them to do it. Not gonna give it to them for free here. And then wash out. I'm going to take this one, and this one. Didn't get an energy attachment for turn. So the way we played it by discarding so many energy in the discard pile, that's one thing we kind of gave up, was the potential of attaching an energy for turn, but not really a big deal. We only need 4 energy in play at any time to one-shot the Reshizard with a Quagsire, which we should always be able to keep in play. We got triple charging out plus an attachment for turn, and if they ever go to chase a Naganadel, that means they leave 3 energy on our active Quag, which would make up for them chasing a Naganadel. So not a big deal at all if they ever go to chase the Naganadel and shut down the triple charging up turn to turn. So we should never whiff 4 energy in play at this point. We should always have 4 energy in play. It should be no problem to have 4 energy in play every single turn to potentially Hydro Pump one-shot that Reshizard. And like I said, looked like their game plan is going to be to get that knockout on this Quagsire. So I expect attach for turn, and I expect them to have double custom catcher. They did find that custom catcher pretty early on with that greens, so I expect this Quagsire to be going down, but that doesn't get rid of my other 2 Quagsires, which means I still think we're going to have this game pretty much won here in the next turn or so. I don't think there's anything our opponent can do about it, because they can't KO 2 Quagsires next turn. They can try, but it's actually just impossible. So yeah, there's the double custom like I expected. Bring up the Quag. Gonna take the knockout on him with the high heat blast. That's fine. We thought this was gonna be happening. It doesn't really ruin our game plan. There's nothing we really could have done to stop it. And we don't really need to stop it. We're just gonna send up this Quagsire once again. I got some calm, so we're gonna calm away this guy. Get ourselves, don't really need another Wooper. We could go with the the Volcanion actually works perfectly here. I completely forgot about Volcanion, but they had 2 Volks in play last turn. But this turn, we can just go Jet Geyser and then wash out up to the active and then knock out this final Reshizard. Completely forgot about the Volcanion, but he works here perfectly. So we're doing 140. That's 280. 1 they're weak to water, and that's going to be a quick, easy, clean game 1 here against this Greensard with the Nag Quag. Here we do have the optimal start of the Volcanion Prism. We are up against a Dark Box deck. Yeah, Volcanion Prism definitely the ideal starter in this deck by far. Nothing is really better. Ooh, this guy is gonna probably come in clutch here in this matchup at some point. The rest of the hand though is a little rough. Black Marker coming in immediately from our opponent. Definitely not the best time to utilize it, but if they have to go for the Dedenne, there's no better time to use it, I guess. Ooh, and they got that Dark Prism for the 2 energy off the start. Our opponent has a very good start so far, actually. With that Dark Prism already getting down 2 energy. Energy attachment for turn. Looking at that Black Lance almost for sure on the following turn from our opponent. We do not have a whole ton going on. We're going to need a little bit of help here. A little bit of help here off this top deck ourselves. If our top deck is at least playable, we can custom catcher for 1. We did get the Viridian Forest, so we can go put Viridian Forest in play. Viridian Force away then again now, because I think I want to hold on to that Quagsire. We are not going to grab an energy. We are going to attach active Jet Geyser away an energy, and then we're going to custom catcher for 2 cards here and try and get ourselves out of this current dead draw situation that we are in. There's Erica's for 4. That's something, and something is currently better than nothing. No good follow-up, though. No Poiples. That's really what we were looking for there, was Poiples. We needed Poips. No Poips is going to be... that's going to be a little bit troublesome. There's the Cherish Ball. They're going to get themselves a Weave out. They're for sure going to be Black Lancing us this turn, unfortunately, and there's nothing we can do about it. We're just going to have to go ahead and take the Black Lance and then kind of move on from there and come up with some game plan on the following turn. We can't attack next turn because we did not get a Poiple. If we got a Poiple, we'd be in a good spot. We could Sauna Blast, set up this guy to be knocked out by this Quagsire on the following turn, and then just kind of roll from there. But no, what's it called? No Poiple means no turn 2 attack here, and we're going to be in a little bit of trouble for sure. Hopefully we can pull ourselves together on the next turn. The hand isn't terrible. We just need to find our basic Pokemon. Definitely going to look for a Cynthia off this Pokegear and try and find some Poiples. We just need Poiples at this point. That's it. Nothing else actually really matters except for Poiples. I guess I should have attached this energy to the benched Wooper actually instead of onto the active Volcanion. Definitely would have been better on the benched Wooper. Keldeo I think is definitely something we're going to want to look for here for sure. Keldeo, slow down the game a little bit, give ourselves some time. Yeah, there's that Black Lance. Thankfully we have no GXs in play, so they're not getting any extra damage out of that. All right, there's the Poiple a turn late. I think I will evolve this Quagsire as well. I'm going to attach the energy to the Poiple. Like I said, I want to find a Cynthia, no such luck. So we are going to Viridian Forest away the Viridian Forest. Grab no energy there because we already attached for turn. Lily for 5. Look for that Keldeo. No Keldeo. Another Wooper is kind of good. And then we can treasure for another Poiple, which also isn't bad. Grab that. Yeah, I shouldn't have attached the active. That was like not good. I don't know why I did that. Not going to evolve the Quagsire, I guess, quite yet because they could double custom knock that guy out. So it will just be a pass over to our opponent. Give them up the first prize card here. Nothing we can do about that. Just going to have to roll with it. And then look for the Keldeo on the next turn. The one thing scary about Keldeo, though, is this guy. This guy is really annoying to deal with. There's a Mewtwo from our opponent. That doesn't get around Keldeo. So this is the guy that will mess up our Keldeo, put him to sleep, and then do 120. Makes me think I maybe don't want to do the Keldeo play just because of this guy. This guy's going to be really annoying to deal with. But once we get through him, we should be in a fine spot. But I guess getting through him is going to be the initial hard part there. They're going with the Mewtwo here, and we can hit the Mewtwo pretty hard actually with just with an Aganadel if we wanted to actually. So they don't have Jirachi or anything like that in play. So we could just hit them really hard with Naganadel. I think we might do that. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I think I might want to just hit this guy hard with the Naganadel. That sounds like a fine play to me for the next turn. There's the Dark Pulse for the knockout. Alright, wait, what Pokemon has Dark Pulse? Oh, okay. There is a Greninja Zork in the discard pile. Alright, I think we just want to hit them really hard with Naganadel here. I think that is like a very reasonable play to go with. Just hit them hard with Naganadel. I guess this has to get us a draw supporter. There's a Lily. That'll do. And then Naganadel. And Lily for 5. We do want another Poiple here. We do want another Naganadel. Okay, we got both of those. Going to treasure away this, get ourselves another Poiple. Perfect. We didn't get an energy attachment for turn, though. Oh, no. Oh, no, 2 Naganadels means we'll get enough energy. We do want an energy attachment for turn still, though, but I don't think I want to burn this custom catcher to try and get an energy attachment. I think we're just going to charging up twice. Actually, you know what? I do kind of want an energy attachment for turn. I think I am going to use this custom catcher to try and find an energy attachment for turn. All right, cool. We were able to get one. It's pretty important to get the energy attachments alongside the charging ups every single turn with this deck, so I think that was probably worth it. And then, yeah, we will Turning Point 160 damage here. Unfortunately, we're down 2 custom catchers, but we still have 2 left, so we can still pull off a custom catcher play later on in this game to try and bring something up to potentially close out the game. So we haven't lost all of our Gust effects yet. We're just down a couple of them. We still have the... Oh, no, I guess we are down Volcanion. I was going to say we still have Prism Star Volcanion as well, but no, we do not have access to that anymore. Looks like our opponent is considering going in with Naganadel themselves. I would be fine with that trade-off. We'd probably take that out with a Quagsire, or we'd try and take it out with a Quagsire. Wouldn't be able to for sure. We would go charging up, attach. That would be 4. We could Hydro Pump, take this out. They would lose a lot of energy in play. They would lose 5 energy in play. Only have 3 energy in play left on this Umbreon Darkrai. So that would be a pretty good trade-off, in my opinion. We could also actually just knock this out with... Oh, they're just going with the hit. All right, so we could take this out with a Naganadel. I think I'd rather take it out with a Quagsire this way. I think we want to save our Naganadels. Yeah, we don't want to run out of energy, so we're going to take it out with a Quagsire here. Play the Cynthia, maximize our card draw on the turn. We definitely need to see some more stuff. Ditto is great. And so is Calm Away Wailord for another Naganadel, who is in there. This is our last Naganadels, though. We don't have any more Naganadels past these 2 Naganadels. This is all we got to work with. So we're going to have to make the most out of it here. Charging up. And charging up. Yeah, we can take the knockout with the Hydro Pump for just 3 energy here, which is definitely going to be the game plan here. Move these 2 up. And then done. And then, yeah, Hydro Pump for the knockout here. 380 damage total on this Mewtwo. 3 prizes, going down to 3 prizes. Drawing 3 prizes, going down to 3 prizes. And now we're going to be looking to, I don't know what the game plan for the prize trade from here on out is. We're in a little bit of a rough spot because we don't have any more Naganadels. If our Naganadels keep dying, we're going to be in trouble. If they attack us with the Darkrai here, we are actually going to knock out the Darkrai with Keldeo, which would actually leave us in a pretty good spot, I think. If we're able to knock out this Darkrai with Keldeo's GX attack here, I think that'll actually leave us in a decent spot, actually, for sure. We'll see what our opponent ends up hitting us with, though. They have a lot of energy on that Naganadel there. They have a lot of energy in general. Actually, we only have a 16-card deck left, but T-Tar's in the discard pile. Okay, T-Tar and their Mewtwo are in the discard pile. So to say, we could just get Giga Fall GX here for the full effect and mill 15 cards, but it looks like that won't be possible. They probably play 1 T-Tar Sableye and 1 Mewtwo, so I don't think we have to worry about that at all. I think that's not an option for our opponent here. We should be fine. They do have the energy to do it, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think they're going to hit us with Darkrai, and our response is going to be knock this thing out with a Keldeo's GX attack, and then we're going to look for the double custom catcher, knock out the Weavile or the Dedenne at this point. I think it's definitely a mistake to use this Darkrai as their attacker here. But I guess using the whatever it's called wouldn't be that great. Using the Weavile sounds like it would have been the play from our opponent. If I was them, I think it would be, well, that puts them in the same position where this thing knocks it out. Maybe there wasn't any great play from our opponent. Maybe this is just about as good as it gets, actually. Yeah, I guess that's fine. I guess it'll have to be this. But yeah, we're going to knock this out with Keldeo GX. Because then the only thing that they should have that can hit the Keldeo GX... Oh, they might play the other Weavile, actually. Oh, no. But our only way to knock this out... Well, we could knock this out with this Quagsire, I guess. Man, I'm kind of torn on how to take this knockout. And we could just play more prizes games. Alright, let's send up... So we could take the knockout with this Quagsire, and then look to knock out this Dedenne with this Quagsire on the following turn. We could just GX this with, and that would give us a turn to like find the custom catcher. Okay, so I guess this is probably the better play. I'm thinking this is probably the better play. As long as we have the custom catchers in deck, and if not, we're gonna have to try and get out of the prize cards, which is also fine. Charging up again. Attach active. I'm going to calm away Dedenne. Grab ourselves another Quag. The custom is in the deck. Okay. Put this guy down. I'm going to Lily for 3. 2, 3. We didn't get it. That's fine. I'm going to treasure away Wooper. Grab ourselves the Mew. Still in there. All right, we want to thin out. Yeah, we want to thin out the deck as much as possible. Okay, so I think this was the correct line of play. Now we can wash out this and this. Not that. And then I think we go with Surf. We could bench Mew here. I think I want to bench Mew here. And then yeah, we're gonna go with Surf for the knockout here. 240, easy knockout there on that Darkrai. Draw a prize. It is a Poipole. Poipole doesn't do a whole ton for us. 7 energy, 3 energy left in the deck. All right, so our game plan is knock out Dedenne with Hydro Pump. That's going to be our game plan. We need to get our other custom catcher. We only have 1 left. So next turn is going to be probably bench Poipole and then play Cynthia. We don't want to bench something like the Magikarp Wailord because then they could Dark Moon and GX it. So we're going to bench Poipole, play Cynthia. Look for a water energy to attach. Sacrifice the Mew for the turn. Just kind of give up the Mew. Let them have that for a free prize. And then go into the other. I guess we could hit this with a Quagsire. No, that wouldn't be that great. No, that wouldn't really do anything. So yeah, it's just going to be promote Mew, bench Poiple, and then find a water energy, hopefully, to attach for turn. We need that as well, just in case they double custom catch or chase something that can give us water energy. So we do need to attach a water energy for turn as well off the Cynthia. We do have 1 Viridian Forest and 3 water left, so it's a good chance we find that out of an 11 card deck when we're drawing 6. I guess it'll be like a 14 card deck. They are on Turning Point turn, so here comes Turning Point and knock out our Quag. That's fine. Still in a fine spot. No need to worry. Yep, 160. That's cool. Expected it. We're fine with it. Go Mew. Mew to the active. Bench the Poip. Alright, so we want to burn the Calm. We don't want that in the deck anymore. Gonna get rid of this. Gonna fail. Bench Poiple. Play Cynthia. Really just want a water energy at least here. Got the water energy. Custom. Still in the deck. I'm gonna put it here. Gonna charging up. Now down to a 7 card deck. Still need 1 custom catcher. Charging up again. Could go ahead and Psi Power, I guess. Move 1 up off here to here and Psi Power. There's no reason like not to do it that I can see. Yep. All right. Psi Power. Put it. I don't know. Let's just hit it all here. That's fine. Just hit up the Darkrai, 3 damage counters, go over to our opponent. All right, same game plan, right? Our opponent's gonna knock out the Mew. They might double custom knock something out. Doesn't matter if they double custom knock something out though, because they're gonna win in 2 turns anyways. So probably just gonna knock out our Mew here with their Turning Point and a Ganadel. Boom, Mew dies, and then same thing. We're looking for top deck custom catcher. If we fail it, then we have to go with attach to somewhere. Well, we'll send up a Quagsire, attach to Quagsire. Play Cynthia. Not going to bench anything, because if we Cynthia into no custom catchers, but we Cynthia into Dedenne, then we can just Dede change, draw the rest of our deck, and see the custom catchers. And I don't know if we have any comms. Okay, we're out of comms, so we'd have to like raw draw into just the Dedenne by itself, but that would still be fine. Hapu from our opponent. They could reset stamp us here, which would be a little bit scary. Then we'd be down to 2 cards. Yep, there's the reset stamp. Who knows? Maybe it'll be the 2 custom catchers. 1, 2. It is the Dedenne, which is actually pretty good. So we need to not top deck custom catcher here now. There's 2 custom catchers in the deck. We have to not top deck custom catcher. And this was actually a pretty good draw to get off the reset stamp. If we're going to get a draw off reset stamp, Dedenne, no custom catchers. The top deck could still be a custom catcher. Is like as perfect as it gets actually for the draw. And then we have 2 Cynthia and a Lily left. And a Pokegear? No Pokegear. So yeah, we should be able to find the double custom catcher here if we don't top deck one. I think it's almost guaranteed that we find the double custom catcher. Almost. Because we'll be able to burn some of the cards. Like if we draw to Cynthia 1 custom catcher, we should be able to burn a couple of those cards that we draw. And then hopefully Cynthia into double custom catcher. We just have to not draw the custom catcher here when we go with the Dede change. We'll see though. Oh no, they're going to Dark Moon. Oh, of course. They're going to Dark Moon GX and we can't custom catcher. So actually, I think we just lose. Dark Moon GX. No, we can send up Magikarp Wailord, right? Okay, so I guess that becomes our game plan now. Send up Magikarp Wailord. Hope our opponent doesn't have double custom catchers, because they shouldn't have a way to KO Magikarp Wailord. They did just Dark Moon. That's their one-shotting move. So they shouldn't have a way to one-shot Magikarp Wailord. But if they do have double custom catchers, they win the game. But maybe they don't even play custom catchers. I guess we're going to find out. They shouldn't have a way to one-shot Magikarp Wailord. So Magikarp Wailord comes down, we retreat into him, and then we washing out doesn't really. If they have double custom, they win anyways. So we just kind of pass, and we're like, all right, do you have double custom catcher? And if they do have double custom catcher, well, we lose the game. We don't have any way to beat double custom catcher, or possibly another Zoroark Greninja. We would also lose to that maybe if they play that. So that's something we would also probably lose to. So we'll see what our opponent has here. They have a couple different ways that they could potentially win. The main one I think would be double custom catcher, but they might just not play custom catchers because they got everything else going on in here. They got the beast rings, the scoop ups, the reset stamps. They maybe just don't have. Maybe they just don't play custom catchers. We'll see here in just a second, I guess. Yeah, they got like the Zoroark Greninja. They got a lot of different stuff going on in here, so it's very possible they don't play custom catchers. And if they don't, that means, all right, we're back to needing a double custom catcher. We can't use the Dedenne play anymore because, oh, and that's just going to be the concession from our opponent. I'm not sure why they conceded. The game was definitely not over yet. They definitely had one more turn, but that's going to do it. I guess we're going to walk away with a dub in that one. I think it was, I don't know, maybe 50-50 that we hit the double custom catcher there. We were probably unfavored to hit the double custom catcher off the Cynthia. Like a 10-card deck, drawing 6, need 2 cards. But it is going to be the concession from our opponent. That's going to do it for today's video with some games with Quag. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give the video a like. If you enjoyed the content, be sure to subscribe. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Have a good day. Thanks for watching, and peace.